As the crypto world continues to expand, so does blockchain technology. Cryptocurrency exchange DYDX has announced the launch of a standalone blockchain, this in hopes of decentralizing the platform. The new Layer 1 blockchain will become home to the DYDX token. Meanwhile, the Reserve Bank of India has announced a blockchain-based pilot project called Proof of Concept, which will center around trade financing. And on Tuesday, blockchain-based payments company Rox Holdings announced it has entered into a definitive agreement with Goldstone Acquisition Limited to become a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. Well, joining us now to talk more about blockchain is Brendan Caldwell, Director of Caldwell Securities Ltd. Brendan, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Nima.
So for those unfamiliar, what exactly is blockchain, Brendan?
Well, it is a way of keeping track of data, information in a group or a block that are all linked together. Hence, the name is actually very descriptive, blockchain. The difference, whereas previously this entity or this company or this database would hold on to it, this is what they call a distributed ledger. This is broadly held and accessible, keeping track of these bits of information, this record, this block, in a way that is decentralized, so not held by one entity, but available or accessible across a broader range of users.
And how important is blockchain to the world of cryptocurrencies, Brendan?
Well, it's actually critical because it is in solving the algorithm that puts the block together that the cryptos are created. Original one being Bitcoin, Ethereum, these ones, they're all created by the creation of these blocks and solving the algorithm that creates them. So the cryptocurrencies are actually a product of the blockchain. The cryptos are dependent on the blockchain, not necessarily the other way around, though. So it is the powering mechanism, and people have been buying and selling the cryptocurrencies, so-called, and there's obviously got a lot of press there, but the underlying technology, the way that information is stored in a decentralized way, I think that actually has the bigger, more interesting long-term implications for how record keeping is done and how financial systems and other ways of keeping track of things are actually maintained.
And we know you play a very strong role in blockchain in Canada. You're on the board of Canadian Securities Exchange, and I've read that they're in the process of being the first to use blockchain technology. So what will the benefits be for listed companies and investors?
Very specifically, lots of people use blockchain technology, but in the securities business, it's kind of a strange thing where most things happen instantaneously in the world at large. But in the securities business, if you buy or sell a stock, you have a record date, and then 2 days later, or 2 business days later, I should say, the trade actually settles. So if you were to buy or sell something, a stock, Bell Canada, or whatever else, on a Thursday, that trade would only settle, the payment would actually only get made on the Monday. And if it's a long weekend, then not till the Tuesday. So for then 2 or 3 or 4 and 5 days later, this trade is still outstanding, and financial institutions need to have the capital available to potentially settle that trade. And as Shakespeare wrote, "'Tis many a slip twixt the cup and the lip," and stuff can go wrong. Whereas using blockchain technology, which is the CSE's looking to start to do quite presently, getting securities exchanges looking to do, will allow potentially the securities records to be kept more or less real time. Initially, it's not going to be about trading. It'll be more the reorganization functions, dividends, stock options, warrants, royalties, but the ability to buy or sell and have something like instantaneous settlement will not only free up a lot of capital, but also free up a lot of man hours that are spent making these things settle 2 or 3 or 5 days later.
All right, Brendan, we've got a quick 30 seconds left here, but what are you watching for as this industry continues to expand and grow?
I think I'm looking for the rebounds. So we've been through this a few times where new technologies, even in my lifetime, we have personal computers, the internet, and now this blockchain distributed ledger technology, where there was a big bunch of noise about it, but then people didn't know how to use it. Personal computers you could keep recipes on, and we didn't know what it would be used for. The internet was a big thing in the 90s, but the potential wasn't realized until into the 2000s and 2010s. And in between, there was a great big so-called dot-com bubble. Now we're seeing the Bitcoin bubble burst. How's that for alliteration? But I think what we'll see over the next number of years is as the technology reaches its maturity or becomes more widely adopted, a change in the whole way that that record keeping in the financial business and in many other businesses is actually done, and it could be revolutionary. So that's what I'm looking for.
Lots to keep our eyes on, Brendan. Thank you again for joining us today on Forum Daily.
Thank you, Nima.